Hi first grade, it's Miss Martin here. So today I'm going to be reading you our story for the week. So before we get started though, before I start reading it to you, there's a couple things that you're going to need before we get started. So first, you're going to need your copy of Rain School. It's our story for the week. You should have one, and I want you to get this out so that way you can follow along with me and you will be able to use this for our worksheet. So you need this, and you need our cause and effect page that you're going to do after about this story. It's page 298. So you can make sure you have this and that you're remembering everything that I'm reading to you, because this is what you're going to do about our story. Okay? So those are the two things, and you need a pencil. So those are the three things that you need out. So go pause the video and then hit play once you are ready to go. And you have all those things. So I will wait here. Okay, so now that you have all of our materials today, that we need for today, I'm going to go ahead and read you our story for the week, which is called Rain School by James Rumford. And it doesn't have anything that says illustrated by. So when we see that, when it just has one name here and it doesn't say illustrated by, then we know that the author also drew all the pictures as well. So James Rumford wrote the story and drew all the pictures for the story as well. So one question that I want you to be thinking about this week, and it's really funny that this is our question because you have been tracking our weather. You should have been tracking our weather for the past couple of days, and you're going to be doing it this week as well. So our question for the week is, how can weather affect us? So we don't get crazy weather here, like we don't get any blizzards or tornadoes, but we do get crazy windstorms, and we get dust storms and crazy monsoons. So we do get some kind of crazy weather, and it gets really hot here, but we don't get like a ton of rain or like floods or blizzards or anything like that. But we're going to go ahead and read about a school, Rain School. Just looking from the title, I know that it's probably about rain, and it's probably about a school, and just from looking at the cover. And also, I'm thinking that it's going to be about how the weather is affecting how they go to school. That's just what my guess is. So do you kind of think the same thing? Do you think that maybe that might be what the book's going to be about? I think so. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So, Rain School by James Rumford. In the country of Chad, it is the first day of school. Let me see. Can you guys see this all right? There we go. The dirt road is filling up with children. Big brothers and big sisters are leading the way. So Chad is a country in Africa, just in case you were wondering. Will they give us a notebook? Thomas asked. Will they give us a pencil? Will I learn to read like you? Stop asking so many questions and keep up, says the big brothers and sisters. Notice one of our vocabulary words. Thomas arrives at the schoolyard, but there are no classrooms. There are no desks. It doesn't matter. There is a teacher. We will build our school, she says. This is the first lesson. Boys and girls, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and just think with me. Can you imagine you show up to school and I'm standing out in the parking lot and our classroom is not there and we don't have any desks, and I tell you, boys and girls, we have to build our classroom this year. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be crazy? That probably would take, it'd be really hard, right? We'd have to have so many materials, and it probably would be really hard and really tiring, and especially in our weather, it'd probably be really hot, right? Can you imagine? We are so lucky that we actually have a classroom and a building that we can go to, and we can learn, and we have so many nice things in our class. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Okay, Thomas learns to make mud bricks and dries them in the sun. He learns to build mud walls and mud desks. Can you imagine if you had a desk made out of mud? Some of you might like that. I don't know if I'd like it though. Like if it rains or it gets too hot, it might get like sticky and it might start to melt. He gathers grass and saplings with the other children, and they make a roof. I think Ziggy is not awake quite yet because he's making it blurry. There we go. There's another one of our vocabulary words for this week. Inside it is cool. It smells of the earth. It smells of the fields ready for planting. Thomas helps bring in the little wooden stools. Everyone sits down. This is the moment they have been waiting for. The teacher brings in a blackboard. On it she writes a letter. A, says the teacher. A, says Thomas with the other children. The teacher writes the letter with big strokes in the air. The students do the same over and over. Wonderful, says the teacher. She hands out notebooks and pencils. Page 1, says the teacher. Thomas opens his notebook to the first page and holds his pencil ready and waiting. Now write the letter A. Beautiful, says the teacher as she looks at the students' work. Every day, Thomas learns something new. Every day, the teacher cheers him and the other students on. Excellent job, she says. Perfect, my learning friends. The 9 months of the school year fly by. The last day has come. The students' minds are fat with knowledge. Their notebooks are rumpled from learning. Thomas and the other children call out, "Thank you, teacher." She smiles and says, "Well done, my hard-working friends. See you next year." Thomas and the other children race home. Let's see if we can get Ziggy to go down here. There we go. The school is empty and just in time. The big rains have started. The drops come down hard and fast. Strong winds tear at the grass roof. The rain finds its way inside. The school's mud walls are soaked and start to slump. The mud desks too. Remember how I said that maybe if they get wet, they'll start like crumbling? So that's what's happening. The rain is getting them wet, and mud is basically like wet dirt. So once it hardens, and that's like if you were going to go pour a cup of water outside on the dirt, that it would turn into mud. And that's the same thing. Once it dries, if you were to pour another cup of water on it, it would do the same thing. Slowly, the school disappears until there's almost nothing left. It doesn't matter. The letters have been learned and the knowledge taken away by the children. Come September, school will start over. Thomas will be a big brother then, leading the children on their first day to school. They will all stand in front of their smiling teachers, ready to build their school again. The end. Okay, so that story really helped us learn about see how other students go to school. You know, not everyone gets to go to school like we do, how we get to just show up and our school is there and we get to start learning immediately. But some people actually have to work a lot harder to get their school and to be able to learn. Okay, so now that we are done with this, I want to remind you guys that you need to be reading over the story a couple times over the week, because on Thursday you're going to be taking a test on it. So I'm going to show you how to use this book first. Let me close this. Okay, so here's the cover page, and when you open it up, it opens like this, so that you're able to read it like this, and then you move down to the next page, and then you open it up and you read this page, and then you read this page, okay? I know it might be a little bit difficult at first, but hopefully you guys are able to use it with the Meet Rosina one last week, from our story last week, so hopefully it was a little bit familiar for you, but that's how you're going to be doing it this week. Okay, so now you guys need to be doing your cause and effect worksheet. Now this one you have done plenty of times on your own, so I'm not going to do it with you because you should all be able to, and I know that you all are able to identify cause and effect, and you all are able to be able to tell that of a story, cause and effect of a story. So that's what you need to be doing. You only have to do 2 causes and 2 effects, or 2 cause and effect duos, and then don't forget to do our vocabulary page on the back. Okay, so that is all you guys need to do for this today, and then you can rewatch this video as many times as you want over the week, or I highly recommend to get in some reading practice, read it on your own a couple times, okay? I will see you guys all later on, and I hope that you have a great day.